Every day, hundreds of thousands of trucks move goods across Europe's road freight network. Most arrive safely, some never do. According to the Transported Asset Protection Association, TAPA, annual losses from cargo crime across Europe's road transport now reach an estimated 8.2 billion every year. In June 2025 alone, 634 incidents were reported, including a single theft of 4 million in cosmetics from a trailer in Lombardy, Italy. The hotspots are Germany, Italy, France, Spain, and the United Kingdom, and the nature of crime has fundamentally changed. Where criminals once relied on brute force, cutting curtains, breaking locks, they now exploit digital systems, forged documents, and layered identity deception. In Europe, food and beverage products top the list, accounting for around 10% of targeted incidents. Remember the KitKat incident in March this year? 414,000 limited edition Formula 1 bars left a factory in Italy and disappeared from monitoring. The cargo, valued roughly at €760,000, never reached the distribution center in Poland. Food is followed by electronics, metals, alcohol, and pharmaceuticals, which are compact, high value, and in constant demand. A few fraud methods have quietly become the norm across European freight corridors. Here's how they work. Takeover of an authorized account. A fraudster gets into a legitimate company's account, usually through phishing, and starts acting as if they own the place. Once they are in, they go looking for high-value loads to collect and walk away with. The other one is shell companies. Criminals pick up dormant companies that still exist on paper, but have not done any real business in years. They slap together some fake materials and a website to make the company look credible, then they get to work. More often than not, they are running several of these shells at once, using them to vouch for each other through fake recommendations and cross-references. Another one is ghost carriers and credential fraud. A fraudster sets up a company, gets the right credentials, builds up a bit of trading history and shows up on digital spot market platforms looking completely legitimate. With forged insurance certificates, copycat email domains, made-up safety records, they try to get through standard onboarding checks. Then they collect the load and disappear. This is what people in the industry call a fictitious pickup, and it works because modern freight moves fast. By the time a dispatcher realizes something is off, the truck is long gone. Next one is business email compromise. Attackers set up domains that look almost identical to the real thing. One letter swapped, a hyphen thrown in, and use them to impersonate legitimate companies. Payments get redirected, loads get diverted. Carriers follow instructions from someone they genuinely believe is their customer. It can go on for days before anyone notices something is wrong. The next one is AI-assisted document fraud. The newest threat, and the one growing fastest, is AI. Fraudsters are using AI tools to fake bills of lading, shipping documents, and churn out convincing identity materials. Something that used to take real skill and time can now be done at scale by one person with a laptop. Cargo fraud persists because the conditions that allow it are structural. European road freight is fast. Dispatchers process dozens of carrier assignments daily, often through digital spot market platforms operating on thin margins and tight timelines. Criminal networks understand this. They do not attack randomly. They probe for the gaps between speed and scrutiny. Meanwhile, the average loss per major incident across EMEA has risen to €878,000. The 5% of incidents that report financial values already account for over 1 billion in combined losses, the equivalent of more than 1.3 million euros stolen every single day. The answer is not simply more manual checking. The answer is smarter systems. The underlying problem is architectural. Most freight exchange platforms were designed to connect supply and demand as quickly as possible. Security was added afterward as an external module, and it shows. When the team at Trans.eu began considering how to solve this, they knew it was not enough to verify who someone is at the moment of registration. You need to know who they are at the moment of each transaction. That is why, at Trans.eu, from the moment a load is posted to the moment the transport order is confirmed, everything takes place within a single, secure, traceable, and digital environment. Verification doesn't add steps to the process. it's embedded in every one of them. That design principle sits at the heart of the Trans.eu freight exchange. But we wanted to go further. So together with Tapa EMEA, we created the Certified Carrier Exchange, the first freight exchange built entirely on security certifications verified in real time. Access is limited exclusively to carriers holding a valid Tapa tracking security requirement certification, which is automatically checked against Tapa's official database with every operation. These are not self-declared certifications. They are independently audited, maintained under a strict compliance framework, and revoked by the issuing body itself if requirements are no longer met. For shippers and logistics operators, this means eliminating the need of manual verification and making decisions with the certainty that every carrier appearing on screen has passed the most rigorous checks in the industry. For certified carriers, it means gaining access to a market segment, high-value loads, and clients operating in closed environments that was previously difficult to reach through other freight exchanges. What we have built with Tapa EMEA is not just a tool, it's a model for how the freight transport market in Europe should work. A market where security is not a premium feature reserved for large corporations with the resources to conduct due diligence, but a standard accessible to any company that wants to operate with guarantees. At Trans.eu, trust is a part of the system.